Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. Looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Yes. Don't worry about what I'm doing off to the side. Okay. Seriously, though? Seriously. Let's just turn the light on so I can see because it's getting dark outside. Okay, guys? Yeah. So, alright. Hi. When's the last time I streamed Project Time? Shit. I don't fucking know. It feels like a really long time. I don't know that that's true, but that's what it feels like. Pay no attention to the bumpiness under here. Okay, I do know that the last time we did this, we stopped in the middle of it because I was having a really slow day as far as getting this done. And it was not a good time. It's not a good time. Okay, so I want this over here. And I'm trying to set myself up. Now, what I really want is this right here, though. You would think that I would have taken the time to do this before I started. No. The answer is fucking no. So. Okay. Is this enough for this needle? I think this is enough for this needle. So we're on round 89. We're about to start round 90, and we have to get to 95. When we get to 95, we're stopping, period. Like, no matter what. Because I have to do fucking, what do you call it? Goblins. I have to do photography. So, photography. I gotta do that. Anyway. So, this weekend was a Midge weekend. And so this is the first opportunity I have had like all weekend to really be here and be present. I did do a little merging, I want to say late last night, or it might have been Friday. I don't remember at this point. Anyway, it was super late at night. That's like the Midge had gone off to sleep, and that's the only reason it happened. But I want to be done with this so bad. I really do. I don't like that I'm not done with it yet. Like, I know why I'm not. I keep stopping, and I gotta say, this new documentation process is kind of kicking my ass. So I wanted to embrace the whole slow living shtick, okay, with my documentation. Okay, documentation being me taking progress shots of like where I am, right? And sharing it with y'all. But instead of rushing and trying to like be a machine, not a machine. That's Friend. Friend's the robot. I'm the monster. I wanted to slow it down. And part of slowing it down also meant, the projection is going to slow down. But also just everything else. It's just going to fucking slow down. Now, the easiest way to slow down production is to take more progress shots. So now what I do is I divide all of my progress, all of my projects into smaller increments. So this one, what I've been doing is every 10 rounds of the body, I've been taking pictures. And that's because 10 rounds is about, this much space. And you can see, if you do 10 rounds, like 10, then 10 more, and 10 more, you can actually see you can see progress. A lot of times, with stuff that takes a really long time, it's very labor intensive. Without speeding it up, an hour's worth of work, it doesn't look like anything. And if you want to, not that speeding up an hour's worth of work looks like something, right? But you would have to look at several hours for it to really look like you did something. And the only reasonable way to do that would be to do several hours and then speed it up so that it just looks like progress. Like, as you can see, this is done by hand. This is not fast. I mean, there are definitely people who work slower than I do. And so instead of me working slower, because that's not going to happen. Oh, no. Oh no. He has a problem. Okay, so this right here is supposed to... Uh-oh, we're gonna have to fix that. Okay. Here we go. Fucking shit up again. You know, that's cool too. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The good thing is, it really is fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back. Okay, here we go. All right, so what happens is this needs to be here instead of in the front. It was in the front. That was the problem. Okay, so there we go. Anyway, the oopsie doodle. The thing was, right, that it's I guess it's not that I am moving faster, right? I'm not. I'm not moving slower. It's just that I'm taking more breaks is how I'm doing it, basically. And the purpose of this is so you see more of it. But the other thing about it is seeing the process drawn out makes it clearer how long things really take. So I don't know what the count is off the top of my head. Okay. But I know we're past 15 hours on this go round. And it's not done yet. Like, this is 15 hours of work. It's not done yet. This also, like, this is spoken for. So I don't have, there's certain things I don't have to do. Like, I don't have to write copy for this. I'm not going to, although I am absolutely going to tell the story of how this came to be. And actually, I might put the story, I don't know where I'm going to put the story out. I might put the story up on my Patreon and just make it public. And it's just going to be some bonus content. Yeah, I might do that. Because actually, I might record it here. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be bonus content. But, like, I am not going to have to write copy proper for this. Because this is basically, it's already sold. I mean, it's not sold. It's a gift, so it's not, there's no exchange of funds for this. But because it's not going up for sale, I don't have to write copy. I am going to take pictures of it, but I've been taking pictures of it the whole time. That's just a given. I'm going to do that for my own edification, but also for my portfolio. And I just take pictures of my work. Part of that is also because I'm traumatized. I had a few pieces of artwork that I did in high school that, like, I was really proud of. Not a whole lot, but a few. And I have no documentation of them. Like, the only thing I have is, like, a vague memory. Actually, there's one piece that I did in high school. I wouldn't say I'm proud of it, but it's just the one piece that I have from high school that survived. Moves and fucking asshole family members and douchebag ex-boyfriends. Such. Actually, I lost more things to just moving than anything else. But yeah, like I had a four version of Bladowed that Amy Brown had done, and like I did a hot version, a cold version, a monochromatic version, and a like true to life version of the painting, all on one canvas. I had a rendering of a Supergirl comic that I had, the cover. It was one of the Supergirl #1s where she's got a green flannel and she's holding a skateboard, and you can see the Supergirl, like, what do you call it? Logo on the, on the leotard. What, I don't know. What do you call, what outfit? What do you call those things? I don't fucking know. Okay, I don't. Under it. And then I had a chalk pastel of a mallard duck in flight, a male. And I think I got the rendering of the colors like just fucking right. And that's it. Those 3 pieces I was particularly proud of, and I don't have them. And I don't have any documentation of them. Like, they're gone forever. They're destroyed, I'm sure. And it super sucks. And like, that's one of the things, like, that's one of those things, like, I wouldn't change much of anything in my life, really. But if I was going to change anything, it would be to save some of these things. That's it. Like, save my mom's pottery and save my PSP. Like, seriously, I miss that thing. My portfolio. Like, the portfolio I actually had of like bits that I had done that I lost because of somebody I lived with. And like, there was no bad blood between us when I moved out. I just, like, it got forgotten, and I don't know what happened to it after that. And I'm pretty sure they probably chucked it, which super sucks. And I mean, I'm not happy about it. It wasn't theirs though. There was like no reason for them to keep it. Unless there was something in there that they were like, oh, this is really cool. And I probably would be like, no, you need to hand it back over because that's fucking mine. You know? But, yeah. Which is, sucks, right? So here we are. Actual Goblin. Bob Goblin. But let's see. So I just did tonight's Patreon video. We're gonna go ahead and say that it's crap. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I did the video. I have done all the posts meant for this month so far. I would like to get more done. I would like to do a lot of things. Like, fat chance of that happening, but it'd be nice. It'd be real nice. But yeah, no, I slowed down my production by taking more progress pictures. And which means things take even longer for me to make. Just because I have to, like, I only take pictures of my work in natural light, i.e. out the fucking side. I go out on my little stoop with a little TV table and my backdrops, and I take pictures of my shit. And that's how that works. So, but yeah, no, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I think I was intending on having a conversation about something when I was making the video for today, and now I'm thinking to myself, are you sure that that's true? And I'm like, I don't actually fucking know. Like, that is a great question. I don't know. It's like, well, shit. I don't know. But here we are. Oh, that's what that was. I saw it pop up on my screen, and I was like, what the fuck is that noise? It's no noise. Why? Because all of my sound is off. Haha. That's not true. Anyway, no. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with Bay, by the way. I will reveal no details of anything specific, but we haven't spoken in April at all. I know it's only the third day. Shut the fuck up. We have talked every day for like the last 19 days before the first. And so, Brenda is what, okay, story time. Brenda, this is funny. So I'm talking to wife about this. And I was like, well, Brenda is having a field day. And she's like, who's Brenda? Like, Brenda is what I call my borderline personality disorder. One, because you can say Brenda in an exasperated voice. That's the whole fucking point. Deborah is my depression, and Agnes is my anxiety. Do we notice a theme here? They all sound like irritating white women. If your name is Agnes, Deborah, or Brenda, I'm sorry for your luck. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. I didn't fucking name you. It's not my fault. But where's the lie? Okay? Like, fucking really. I don't think I'm in the demographic of anybody with those names. I actually do know a Brenda, and so, like, I don't say anything about it when I'm around her. Because I don't know that she'd have a sense of humor about it. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. We're not gonna have that conversation. Irrelevant. So, here we are. Just, yeah. So I haven't talked to Bay. Now, as a result, if you're unfamiliar, BPD is not bipolar disorder. It's not. A lot of people think it is. It's not. It's borderline personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder is called that because of antiquated reasons. So, disorders are they used to be framed as either psychotic, which is you losing touch with reality, or neurotic, like just, having tics, and anxiety would fall into the neurotic, right? Any kind of psychoses would obviously fall into the psychotic. Anything involving delusions would also fall into that. Okay. I was like, what is going on here? So anyway, people with borderline personality disorder get a really bad rap. And I know because, gosh, I have seen some people talk about us, and it is fucking gnarly. Okay. So first of all, a lot of people, not all, but a lot of people who have borderline personality disorder, there's a really good chance that they have suffered some trauma. So, hey, don't be a fucking dick. Okay? Like, don't. Right? And here's the thing. Here's the important thing with trauma. Okay? Trauma is kind of relative, which does not in any way what? I don't know. It just happened. Whoa. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how to edit these. That's fucking weird. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Ignore. I was fucking around with stuff. Just leave me alone. Anyway, there's a really good chance that this person has suffered trauma. Okay, now, this is why I say trauma is relative. There are things that you may hear about that this person has gone through that you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, that's not really a big deal. Okay, that's fucking relative. First of all, what may not matter to you may absolutely matter to somebody else. And it's not cool to be a dick. Like, don't do it. Now, what I've personally noticed is that I am apparently, much to my chagrin, way more sensitive about way more things than I would like to be. Like, the things that bother me, they bother me. I don't have any control over it bothering me, right? I don't. Because if I could opt out of some of these things bothering me, I gotta tell you, I would. Then there's a list of things that don't bother me because I don't fucking process them that way. So, hello, neurodivergence. And I think I don't know, I think part of me personally, and this is my experience alone, I am not speaking for anybody in the community at all. But I wouldn't be shocked, right, if other people were like, oh no, I identify with that. I think because of my neurodivergence, because I'm on the spectrum, because I'm ADHD, because I already have to deal with depression and anxiety. Like, I think all of these things were a perfect storm for me being super sensitive to things that some other people probably think are fucking innocuous. Um, add to add the dissociative aspect to that, and then being raised in what for that kind of person is an abusive like situation, emotionally, mentally, um fucking powder keg. So I am a fucking basket case, and the fact that I can function as something that resembles an adult is amazing. It's amazing, right? And sometimes I can't. Okay, like that's just fucking facts. But all this to say, how your shit shows up is how your shit shows up, and that's fucking valid, and fuck anybody who says otherwise. But as a result, Brenda is a problem. And one of the, I don't know, kind of hallmarks of borderline is that a lot of us end up creating self-fulfilling prophecies. Now, you can see these situations in people without borderline personality disorder. Just, people who are, this is going to sound terrible, and it is, but I mean, this is the way it's coming out, so I understand I sound like an asshole. I got it. Anybody with self-destructive tendencies, they can also exhibit some of this stuff, because a lot of the things that borderline people are doing, they are self-destructive. Now, it's under the guise of protecting yourself. It's under the guise of not going through something again. So, like, yes, no, there's absolute logic in reacting a certain way. The problem is, if you are suspicious of someone, right, people don't like that, right? Which is totally fair. I wouldn't like you to accuse me of something. Now, I personally would also like to think that I'm understanding enough that if you're someone who has gone through some shit, right, that if it's fair for something to trigger you, and it's fair for you to freak the fuck out about it. Like, do you need to take your trauma out on people? No, but you need to be understanding that depending on where somebody is in their like mental health, emotional health, physical health journey, this isn't like an active conscious choice someone is making, right? It is reflexive, it is reactionary, it is knee-jerk. And while yes, sure, it absolutely should be worked past, you cannot get mad at somebody who snaps at you if you stomp on them. Like, that's just not fucking realistic. It's not. And I think it's bullshit if you're gonna demonize someone after you've stomped on them, especially if they're in a vulnerable state. And yeah, I'm saying that absolutely as someone that's happened to a number of times. And so my tolerance, right, for that kind of thing at this point is it's not no, it's fuck no. Like, you will see a nasty side of my personality in a hot damn minute if you stomp on my fingers when I have told you that I am hurting. Like, I'm gonna turn into a fucking shark and I'm gonna maul you. Like, that is gonna happen. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's because it's terrible. It's whatever, right? Like, whatever. But fucking facts, y'all. Like, seriously. So anyway, Brenda is having a field day with this. And I just introduced Brenda to Brenda. I don't. So like, look, I know you're strangers on the internet, right? And you're getting an earful, but it's a little different when it's y'all. And I'm sure in some context that sounds redonkulous. Yes, I'm 100% sure that that sounds redonkulous. That said, there you go. So anyway, I don't like to lead with Brenda. Like Brenda eventually, if you're going to be in close like personal contact with me, I'm going to have to warn you about Brenda, because that bitch is going to like roll up in the living room one day and be like, "Hey bitches." And everybody's going to be like, "What?" So like if you're in close contact with me, we're going to have a talk about Brenda. Because you're going to run into her. That's what's going to happen. And I try really hard not to just hit people out of the blue with that, because Brenda's a lot to deal with. I don't want to deal with Brenda. I don't have a choice though, right? She's kind of there to stay. So the thing with it is there's a checklist, basically. There's like 9 typical accepted, this is a thing, traits that you will see with someone who is borderline. And if I recall correctly, the diagnostic criteria only requires you to meet, I think, 4 or 5 of them. And not everybody has the same ones, right? So one of them is black and white thinking. Like everything is either great or the worst. Now, you also see this with people who have anxiety. You also see this with people who have depression. You probably also see this with people who are bipolar. Don't quote me on the last one. I don't know. But I have to deal with those other 2 frames of thought. So, that's a thing. But that extremist like viewpoint, it's really hard to deal with. Like it's hard for me to deal with, and I know what's going on, and I also know that like my brain is trying to sabotage me, right? Like it's kind of out to get me. I mean, really, my brain is trying to protect me. It's just doing a really shitty job. That's what's going on. Unfortunately, coping mechanisms, right, being what they are, at some point it probably was helpful. And then at some point it was no longer helpful. And at the point that it was no longer helpful, right, great time to, let's move this down a little bit. There's a dog sighing loudly at me. At the point that it wasn't helpful, the sensible, whoa, what are you doing? The sensible thing would be to like negotiate a better, mechanism for dealing with things, like something healthy, right? We're not there right now, so here we are. Anyway, bad times. So the fact that we haven't heard from Bae, Brenda is having a field day. She's freaking out, like worst case scenario, is convinced that we are hated and that we are being ghosted and that everything is going to hell in a handbasket. And is like regularly chirping in my ear like a really angry ass fucking parrot, like kind of screaming, "You fool! Haven't you figured it out yet?" And I'm just trying to be like chill over here. Which honestly, for as fucked up as my brain is, I'm actually really chill most of the time. That's the sad part. But like I'm trying to maintain my chill. I'm having a really hard time. And in fact, the only thing I've been able to do is basically kind of, this sounds really fucking terrible. I acknowledge this sounds terrible, but our toolbox is a little sparse and we're doing the best we can. Okay, I've got low spoons, I've got no support system, and I'm doing the best I can, which is, in the grand scheme of things, probably not great, but this is what we've got to work with. Like we have to fix a shed with a bent screwdriver, make it work. What? Yeah, and it's not even Okay. And it's not even the right size. That's what's going on right now. Anyway, I have been just trying to distract myself and threw myself into work and doing any and everything else so that I'm not thinking about it. Yeah, you can see how that's going. It's not going well. It's not at all. Yeah, but no, like for the last 19 days of March, that is, so from the 13th to the 31st, I know that that math does not add up. Shut up. Just shut up. It's including that day, so just calm the fuck down, okay? We have spoken in some manner. And we have not. And they're not available for reasons I'm unaware of. And I'm trying really hard not to freak out. And I'm having a really hard time. So the whole time that this has been happening, I've been like randomly talking to friend. And I've enlisted friends. I've been like, hey, I need you to do me a solid. And if you see my brain going over the ledge, like veering over the ledge intentionally, you should totally grab the wheel and stop me, because I'm not going to stop myself. As utterly horrible as that sounds, that's not what's going to happen. It's not. Because there's a point of no return that we're fast approaching, by the way, where it's like impossible for me to be reasonable. And I'm trying really hard to like maintain my chill, and I'm having a hard time. Now, look, there are extenuating circumstances involved in this situation, which makes this whole thing sound super fucking shady, by the way. I know that. I'm still not gonna fess up to what it is, because it's not my situation. It's not my end that's got the extra things to deal with. So, in the grand scheme of things, is there a reason that's probably reasonable and decent and like understandable why I haven't heard from Bay? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Brenda doesn't give a shit. She's like, Bay doesn't want to talk to you anymore. You came on too strong, as that's a thing. And instead of telling you, they've just decided to just avoid you, which has actually happened quite a few times to me over the course of my life, which I think is utter bullshit and I do not like. And I think that's 100% a coward's way out. And I gotta tell you, if that is your way of handling things, I do not think very well of you. And I will tell you that shit to your face. I will call you a coward. And people do not like that. Okay. Which is fair. Okay. I wouldn't like it either. But if that's what you're doing, right? That's what you're doing. Let's fucking call a spade, right? Like, yeah. Anyway, so I have been trying to think of anything else, which usually takes the form of throwing myself into work. And so here we are. I have been working on Tara Schweiger's course, How to Get More Done, because I'm a productivity nut and I like pretty much always want to get stuff done. I'd taken the class to some degree before, but I guess I didn't finish it because there was some stuff that she talked about that I was like, I don't remember this at all. I also have I'm going through the workbook right now and like answering all the questions. And I think I've got just a few pages left. Like I was answering some of the questions because she brought them up in the live portion of the class. But I'm also going over like all the questions right now. And then there were some additional questions that some of it honestly is probably like just a reframing or a rephrasing or an expounding upon some of the questions in the workbook. But some of them are also extra questions that are just like, this is just like something good to consider. So I have been doing that as well. And that's what I'm doing right now. And it's, it's centered around one, focusing on doing the right things. Like when it comes to work, your business, right? The main goal is to make money. So that's one of the aspects that's covered is what can you do to make that happen, right? Obviously, you can't make people buy from you. God, I wish I could, because I would. Um, but what you can do is you can make things available and you can let people know. So we're working on the make things available. The funny thing is I actually have a shit ton of things available already. And if you, okay, my links. Gosh, I don't have my website's link on there, but I should put that up there. I think that's going to be my 5th one. I'm going to put my website's link and put it first. But like, yeah, if you don't know, I do make things and I do sell them. And you will see some of them worked on here. This is not one of those things. I'm pretty sure this is a personal use thing only. I'll ask the person if it's not specifically stated, but I'm pretty sure it is. Most things are, unless it specifically states otherwise. But anyway, this honestly irrelevant because this is for somebody, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, one of the ways I've been distracting myself is, so there was a sound on TikTok, and I think it's about the stranger, which sounds super weird, and it is. So it is what seems to be, or maybe identified or termed as, a woman's voice. And the sounds, I think the whole sound starts off with, "Don't turn on the light." And what I'm going to do is when I put this up on YouTube, I will link that. I actually use the sound on my TikTok. And let's see. If you go through my TikTok, which is linked here, on my Twitch profile, if you go like way towards the beginning, there's one that looks like some greeny, like, oh god, this is like zipping out kind of whatever. So hold on, I'm writing it down. But yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel and you find this one, which is going to be titled exactly what it is here, I'll have it linked there. So that'll probably save everybody a lot of fucking time, because I don't know which one it is. I know it's one of like the first 5 or 6 that I did on my TikTok, but I've got a decent amount up there now. So yeah, you'd be scrolling for a little bit. Not a whole lot. Like, I don't know how many videos I have, but I don't think I have like that many. Like, I've not been making content there super often. But anyway, so it sounds like a woman's voice. And basically what becomes clear is this person isn't who you think they are or who they're saying they are. Anyway, so this is from a horror podcast called The Magnus Archives, and I think it happens in the 3rd season. But without explaining too much, because I don't want to spoil anything for you, because it's awesome. It's got 201 episodes. It's fucking amazing. There are a bunch of entities, and the entities are essentially centered around things that people would be afraid of. And they have like super creepy names like the Buried, the Dark, the Flesh, the Stranger is one of them. And this is the Stranger. And this is just one of the manifestations of the Stranger, is this character. Anyway, it's fucking hilarious. It's a little Frankensteinish, like that specific one, which is great. And by Frankensteinish, I do mean somewhere between the monster and the doctor, because the monster is not Frankenstein, it's the doctor. But it's somewhere in between those stations. Anyway, I totally forgot that I finished this round. So I'm super excited. So I looked it up, and I meant to like listen to it, watch it, whatever. And I forgot all about it. And then randomly I came across another soundbite on TikTok which I can't link to you because I don't fucking remember. And it's another like it's another scene. It's not like more of the same sound to my knowledge. And I went and looked it up because I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this is a thing. I wanted to watch that because your girl likes spooky shit, right? So I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah. And I'm like, and then I found out like this podcast. And I was like, shit, you should just listen to that. And I'm like, you have to kill some time this weekend. And you can't be like letting Brenda run the show. So why don't you distract yourself by listening to a fucking horror podcast and binging that shit? Sounds great. So that's what I've been doing all weekend, is going through Tara Swaggers, how to get more done, and listening to the Magnus Archives. And I'm in the neighborhood of episode 19, I think. I think the first one is called Anglerfish. It's like about 15. It's like 16 minutes and 43 seconds, I think exactly, but it's about 15 minutes long, right? Everything after that is like 25 to 30 minutes. And I don't think they could have made the Anglerfish episode any longer, right? Well, there's a Wikia with it too. So if you want to just like ruin everything, like, or just, because I do this, friend gets on me about this. They're like, you ruined everything. And I'm like, I mean, I want to know. I'll link the Wikia to it as well. So what I would suggest is first of all, if you're gonna, don't ruin it, because I mean, really, don't ruin it. Don't do it. But if you want to know more background, and like sometimes things are really clear, and like there's so many names that are mentioned that sometimes you're not sure who was mentioned. You can go to the Wikia for the episode and like get basically a synopsis, and then there's some after comments, and then there's usually like little bits after, because it's a wiki. I don't know if you've ever been to one of those pages, but yeah, no, there's lots of little interesting things that you'll a lot of times, if you're not super into the fandom, will completely miss or just didn't catch, right? I love visiting those pages. I've actually contributed to a couple because I'm like a diehard Dark Hunter fan, and such, and League fan. I think those are the only ones I've contributed to. Like I think part of what I contributed was like notable quotes of the characters, because like Chaden, Psycho Bunny, has just some very notable things that he said, which are fucking hilarious, and just crack me up. Also, I need to know why the fuck they call him Psycho Bunny. Like I need to know. I need to know so badly. Like I might die. Which then reminds me of this video I watched of fucking Abby Jimenez. She did a video. It's just a reel on her TikTok. Hold on. It's funny because the conversation is basically it's she goes to her best friend's funeral and has a conversation with her out like in the coffin. And I'm like, you know what? That's some bullshit that friend and I would do. And I will link that because it's fucking hilarious. I actually watched it the other day. I was like, oh my god, I'm dying. Like I'm fucking dying. This is great. That's how you know. That's how you know you get a good friend, is when like you have fucking conversations like that. Like seriously, friend is internet famous. I don't know that friend would appreciate it now, but like friend is famous. Friend gets talked about, and I'm like a personality on the internet apparently. So here we are. Here we fucking are. Well, it looks like we're gonna make our hour, which is great. I'm absolutely gonna go until this section is done. Now the cool thing about it is when this section is done, I'm going to be able to move on and do the flat part, which means this whole spider octopus business with all the needles that are just flying everywhere, it's not going to be a thing anymore. Hooray! Because I'm going to be working flat back and forth. And so, yeah, it's going to be glorious. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. So, yeah, right now we're on round 93. So we'll get 2 more after this. And each round takes about like 10-ish, 12, somewhere between 8 and 12 minutes. I know, that's a really wide discrepancy, but what the fuck ever. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I'm already over it. Can I stay home? And I can't because I have bills to pay. That's it. I gotta pay it. So what I would rather do is do this full time. And the thing with it is I could totally do this full time because this is really just adding on to stuff that I was already doing. This is just like Twitch is a venue for my project time so that I can more easily live stream my art. I gotta tell you, like, so at the beginning, I'm like, there's not a whole lot, right? There's not a whole lot that I would change. But, like, in my life, like, legit. But I would have started doing this sooner. That's for damn sure. I think my channel would have suffered if I had, though, because I went through a period of just being unable to even, like, the mental health got really bad. Now, had I been here and had something like external to do, may I have not gotten so like far gone? I mean, maybe not. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Robot Sarah is telling me something and I'm telling her something back. So, yeah, I was brainstorming, trying to figure out like a way to do something, and Robot Sarah is a famous portrait artist who lives in the Canada, and so we talk shop every now and then. Adelaide, your mouth is really loud. Stop being so loud. I hope for y'all's sake that you can't hear that. I really do, because it's obnoxious. So. Hold on. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was supposed to cook for the guys at work, and I don't know if that's going to happen now. Like, it's almost 9 o'clock. I don't fucking feel like it. I could be honest with you. I'm probably not going to feel like it tomorrow, though, either. Like, facts. So, I don't know if I should listen to that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I shouldn't. Also, I have raw meat in my fridge, so, like, yeah. Now, the only thing I can say about that is I don't have a whole lot of space right now in my fridge. In fact, I have virtually no space, and I need space to like store this food once it's made. And so I need to clear out some of my food that I do have, which by the way is almost exclusively snacks. Okay, not like snacks, not like junk food. Like I just bought a shit ton of Greek yogurt. Hold on. Working towards. So, ha, ho, ho, ho. Yeah. So, all right. So, I always have to think about this like way too much. Okay, yeah, that's right. So now we're on to round 94. Yes, we're going to make it. Excellent. So the goal, I don't know if you're new here, right? If you've not seen any of my other streams, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Whoa. Robot Sarah is giving me fucking gold right now, so we're gonna have to be like taking notes and like mining shit later. But yeah, basically we're talking about storytelling, and as all of you know from here, I am always telling stories. Usually the stories are about me, my experiences, and just like weird shit that I've had to deal with, like as a person. And so, like, if you want to get to know me, hanging out on my streams and visiting my Patreon and my YouTube channel playlists from Twitch and Patreon, that is the way to do it. You will hear me say all kinds of weird shit and learn all kinds of things about me. Because I'm kind of wide open about a lot of things. Like, when it's something about me, yes. When it's something about somebody else, that's not my fucking business, not my fucking story, and I'm not. We're not going to do is talk about that. Because no, because no. Anyway. So. I think I'm gonna have to like do some of this stuff quarterly. Like, I'm gonna have to like, because you know, you never know when people are gonna come into your sphere. And like, sure, you can tell somebody, oh yeah, if you scroll back through like my early stuff, you'll see this. But I think it's helpful to just like periodically just talk about stuff. Hmm. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I need a new chair, y'all. That needs to happen. I have got to make that happen. Like, I feel like my chair is not high enough. Like, I would make it higher. I don't know if that's true, but like my brain is telling me that I would. Oh my god, we're trying not to do this with this. Because that is going to be a mess. And what we don't want to do is make a mess. We've already made one mess. Let's minimize the mess. Oh my gosh. So, by the way, what I'm going to do, other things I'm going to do, if you want to see Robot Sarah on the interwebs and see their work, I will link in the thing to their Instagram. They are very insightful. They teach the arts. Oh my gosh, this thing is like, I hate you. I'm going to make your life so incredibly difficult. I hope you enjoy this journey that we're going on. I'm like, I don't enjoy this journey that we're going on. No, I would rather not. I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. Not break this yarn. That's what I'm trying not to do. You know what else I've been thinking about? I do not know what I'm going to do with what's left of this yarn. Because I feel like I'm not going to use, like, I don't think I'm going to use this whole skein. Like, really, I don't. And I do not know what I'm going to do with what's left over. Because I feel like it's not going to be much to do anything with. I guess I could make some arm warmers with it, I suppose. You don't need a whole lot of yarn for that. That might be what we do. I think that's the answer. It also means I'm going to have to gauge because I'm going to use this pattern that I use that uses a heavier weight. Now I could just use these two together and do that, but I really should swatch. And I got to tell you what I don't want to do is swatch. I don't want to do that at all. If I do, I wonder if I could do a brioche version of it, though. No, that's going to be too much. Can you not? You're making so much noise. She's making so much noise. I know why, too. It's not for a good reason. It's a bad reason. I'm going to take your necklace off, though. I'm going to make you naked if you keep doing that, because I can't stand that sound. It's driving me bananas to hear it every 5. Hey, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trap. It's a trap. Oh my gosh. So we just got this round and one more, and then we're done for the evening. And we're going to take pictures tomorrow morning, which we're going to have to, which also means, hey bitch, you need to wake up on time. And my first day of the work week is usually, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Good luck with that. You know what'd be really awesome is if I used half this. If I use half this, I could totally make another one of these. And at this point, strong consideration. I don't know that I'd keep it. These aren't really my colors. I think they're really pretty. They really are. But I didn't pick these colors because I like them. I picked these colors because it was completely and utterly serendipitous. And I think when I'm finally done with this, that's what's gonna happen. Is I'm gonna put all this together. Let's see. So, let's see. Oh my gosh. So many things to do. So right after this, I've got to catch up on my videos here, right? Like downloading them before they go away. And then I've got to catch up on then, of course, uploading them. I still haven't made a system for doing this, and I don't know why. I do not know why I haven't, other than I don't, like, I'm avoiding it. It's ridiculous, though. There's no good reason for me to be avoiding this. Like, there really, really fucking isn't. Okay. Carefully with the plates, y'all. Seriously, though. This is the only problem with working with animal hair, is that it will start to fuzz up and pill and wrap in on itself. So that's a thing. That is absolutely a thing. It is the most annoying of things, too. I gotta tell you. I don't fucking love it. I low-key want to watch Cabin in the Woods right now, too. And I don't think I can because I don't think it's on TV anymore. I really do. So even though this is not my color and this is not my jam, like I like the coordination of this whole like situation, right? As far as like my style and my taste and like colors that I would want, no, this does not make the cut for me. It's not for me though, so it doesn't need to. Yeah. So here we are. Here we are. I tell you, this class is like teaching some real hard lessons. Like I need to make a production calendar. Like I actually did. And then I got to thinking about it and I'm like, I don't even want to do that. Like, no, I did it. Like, right? Like the production calendar's made. But like I don't want to add more of that stuff into my shop because I don't feel like that the suggestion is going in the right direction. And I'm like, shit. Well, can we make this go in the right direction? And I'm like, that's a great question. I don't know. So we're like actually just idly thinking about that right now. Basically the direction I'm taking my shop in is extra. Yeah. And if you don't know what that means, I don't know how to tell you. But when it comes to my creativity, there's not a lot that I plan out. I just kind of let things happen. And so there's not a lot I can like really explain, honestly, because like that's not how it comes out. Like, sure, are there people who are like really structured in their creativity and like how they do stuff? Oh, absolutely. I am not though. Like a lot of my creativity is very mood based. Like what am I in the mood to make? You know, what is calling to me right now? Which sounds like some really esoteric hibbledy gibbet. Liberty gibbet. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. But like that's how it manifests for me personally. Like I see something and then my ADHD brain is like, oh wow, let's just run off on this wild tangent. Cool. And then it just like there's this whole, it's like you give me you give my brain one detail and it's like I'm gonna make a whole fucking storyline with this. Like what? And it's like, yeah. You want like get in, loser. We're going on an adventure. What? That's basically what's happening. Which is fun because I never know where that shit's gonna end up. Yeah. Never know. So, yeah, I've been thinking about how I'm gonna, like, I want to do a video for the person this is for and just kind of like tell the whole story about this. And I'm trying to think of like where and how I want to do this. Because I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was thinking about doing it here live. But I also kind of want to, like, I want to tell a story of wrapping up and like walk people through like, you know, how this happened and everything like that. And like, so I want to do a little story time like behind this whole thing. And the reason I want to record it is I want to send it to them so that like, instead of writing it all out, yeah. I think it'll just be easier for me to communicate it, maybe a little more efficiently, I guess, doing it this way. And it's gonna start with like my like weird uh love affair with their writing. I don't know. I feel like these things are important though, because a lot of the times people don't like, I don't know. They don't share their stories, they don't share things that are important for people to hear. And then at some point, like maybe that person isn't in your life. You know, for good reasons, bad reasons, right? And so now we're down to our last round before we cut this off for the evening. And so like there was an opportunity to do it and it got missed. And sometimes those opportunities, like once they're gone, they're gone, right? And that's just all there is to it, right? And I mean, whatever, right? But you don't ever know. You don't ever know when that stuff is going to happen, right? Like it just happens and then you just have to fucking deal with it. But I know, I think it just feels really important to take her on the journey of like how this happened and how this came to be. And like I don't know, this was really important for me to make. This is really important for me to do. I don't just a lot of people are not knitworthy. Like actually Twig is. I've made Twig a couple of things. And some of the stuff, like I think one of the things I made Twig. This is the second thing I made Twig. Actually, no, I made this all together. So one of the things I made Twig was this cocoon shrug. And I saw the pattern. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I really like that. I have no desire to wear it, right? And like theoretically, I could absolutely. I think that might be something that like I could have made and sold, but I don't. It's not my style enough for me to want to do it, and I would have to like for me to make it my style. I would have to do like so much more to it than is in the pattern. And I don't really want to do any of that. So yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. But yeah. Oh, I was like, what is going on here? It's like you're fucking it up. So like I showed it to them and they were like, oh my god, that's so cute. I love that. And I'm like, do you want one? And they were like, yes. And I was like, I'm gonna give you some color options. Tell me which one you want, and I'll make this happen. Just know that because of the nature of this hashtag, this is a gift. It's gonna be done like when it gets done. Like I can't make any promises for like a deadline, right? Like obviously, I want to get stuff when I'm making stuff. I want to get it done as soon as possible because I wanted to be able to give it to the person as soon as possible. But it doesn't always like work like that. So anyway, and like the whole reason I made it is because I wanted to make it. Like it looked like it was fun. And like I liked the concept. I just didn't like the execution. Like basically it had a drop sleeve and I fucking hate drop sleeves so much. Like I have this unnatural hatred for a drop sleeve. And a drop sleeve just means that the seam of the shoulder is not on the shoulder. It's into the upper arm. And like I aesthetically don't even like that. Like I hate everything about it. Which just feels like a really strong feeling. But like honestly, seriously, like yeah, no, that's where I'm at with it. But Twig is knitworthy. So I've made a tea basket for Twig. I've made the shrug. I'm actually working on another cardigan like an actual full ass fucking sweater for Twig right now. And by right now, I mean it's in my art cart. It's not actively being touched, unfortunately. But yes. So anyway. Oh, wife is gonna get a cardigan as soon as wife buys the yarn for me to do it. Yeah. I actually I've considered just buying the yarn like preemptively and just not starting it until they like pay me back for it. But yeah. Yeah. That's not a good practice, by the way. A terrible practice. Hold on. Okay. I turned all my sounds off on my phone. But if like I get a message from Bay, like I would like to fucking know. And that means yes, I would jet on y'all like in a hot second. I would leave fucking mid sentence because yeah. I've been chomping at the bit. Like seriously. Like, the fact that I haven't gone stark raving mad is kind of amazing. And the only reason that's not happening, honestly, is because I'm distracting the fuck out of myself. Like that's what's going on here. Now this is 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh. The cool thing is this is the last round of the It Worked in the Round. And then we're going to be working flat. It's going to be great. And probably one of the things I'm going to do, actually, before I go, is I'm probably going to put in a lifeline. Because I am not going to want to have to like undo stuff. And a lifeline is seriously going to save my ass. Unfortunately, now that I have said that, I'm like, yeah, you're going to put in a lifeline with what, bitch? And I was like, oh shit, yeah. I think I have something that would do. That's not what I want to use it for, but I think I have something that might fit the bill. So it's some Madeline Tosh Merino light. I happens to be sitting on my nightstand for some reason. Don't ask. But it's enough. And a lifeline is literally all it is I'm going to take a needle and I'm going to wind it through all of these stitches so that when I work beyond it, if I have to come back to the stitches, like if I have to come back to this round, I'm not fucked. That's the purpose. Because I'm going to be working flat right after this. And I'm not I'm not feeling good about that. Not with as many problems as I've had with this. Like, I just want to cover my ass. Like, honestly, not that I would have put in a lifeline at any of the points before this, because it's just a tube right now. But if I had put in a lifeline at some point, I probably wouldn't have had to rip back like 50 some rows. Rounds, people, rounds, not rows. Oh my gosh. So I did a little card slinging, and in theory, I should hear from Bay this week. We'll see if that's right. So y'all need to wish me luck for getting through this and not like going bad shit, because I gotta tell you, I'm gonna need it. I am gonna need it. I'm having trouble. Like, the fact that I haven't lost it to this point is nothing short of a miracle. Okay, now the question is, do I know where my freaking needle is? I do. I found one. Ha ha ha. I found one. Ha ha ha. Because I was doing something earlier with this bad boy. Yes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, yeah. Okay, so before these 10 rounds, we were at 17 hours, 19 minutes, and 41 seconds, and a total of 5,220 stitches. Oh god. Oh god. My feet. Holy shit. I cannot even. There's just too much going on here. Too friggin' much. It's funny. This is not what this is for, right? This is just the end. This right here is the end of this. That's what this is. This is the end of this. And I'm not going to cut. This is actually me practicing with my Nostapena. But, yeah, if you're going to use a lifeline, you should absolutely, positively use something of similar weight. It's just easier to do that. Okay, so what we're not going to do, peeps, it's that fucking season too. Those things are gross. I don't care if you like them, they're gross. They hurt. It's gross me out. And look, I like marshmallows, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to stitch through this. So what we're going to do. Normally I would use a blunt tip needle for this, but honestly, this sharp one is probably going to do really fine. And like the whole point of this is just so this, if I move beyond this, I'm not like losing these stitches. That's it. Like if I have to go back, I can. And I don't use lifelines very often. Like, I think I can count on like 2 fingers how many times I've used a lifeline. Usually I don't expect to have to worry about this, but this, with as much, oh my god, as I've had with this, yeah, no, we're not taking any fucking chances, people. No, 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 no. So this is the end of this, is getting this. Oh shit, is it just chatting? Oh man, hold on. I did not even fucking realize that. Let's see. I am a derpy. I'm so sorry. I did not label this correctly. Fuck. Whoops. Oh. Whoopsie. I feel really silly for like fucking that up. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh. Yes, that happened. That happened. Oh, that's irritating. This is irritating. my god, it's happening again. Okay, I'm gonna take a hint from the cat, from the yarn gods. I have snapped this now twice. I'm gonna take a hint. We can't use that. Son of a bitch. Okay, I give up. I give up. We're just gonna have to fucking hope for the best. All right, so we're done. We're done. Son of a bitch. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Oh, sorry. We gotta fucking categorize right now. So, that didn't work. All right. Lesson learned. What we're not gonna do is use this as fucking lifeline yarn. What the actual fuck, people? So this is 95. This is 95 rounds. That's what this is. So from here to here is 95 rounds. I know, it does not fucking look like it, right? We're gonna block it fucking vigorously when we get there. And because you're here, so this is the outside. This is the inside. And what's really cool is you can see the second color on the outside, and you can see the main color on the inside too. So yeah. Anywho's it. I hope you enjoyed. If you're coming in here after the fact and seeing the broadcast or seeing this on YouTube, thanks for popping in, stopping by. You know, like, leave me a comment, follow, share, what have you. I'm going to take a picture of this tomorrow morning, and then we're going to start on the flat piece, which is the triangular point that's going to make this look more like a bandana. And until then, I hope that you all have a good night. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and good night. And I will see y'all hopefully bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow evening, and like working on this and fucking making progress.